I'm cheating on my husband with his boss, and I'm so disgusted with myself I don't know what to do. My husband, 36, and I, 34, have been together for 12 years, married for 8. We have a daughter, 7, that is the light of both of our lives. I love my little family more than anything in the world. My husband is a great partner and father. We both work, and up until a year and a half ago, I would have said we lived a very comfortable life. Unfortunately, a year and a half ago, our daughter was diagnosed with cancer. The news put us under a great emotional and financial strain. Between treatments, procedures, chemo, and doctor visits, we were struggling to still have money for basic necessities. Tensions were high and our marriage started struggling during this time, mostly due to the fact that both of us were stressed and working long hours all the time. A couple of months ago, my husband mentioned to me that he was being considered for a promotion at work that would increase his salary significantly. This promotion would help solve our financial problems and hopefully help us get back to old times. I was really hoping my husband would be able to get it. A week later, I attended a work event with my husband and started chatting with his boss. I mentioned how our daughter needed so much medical attention and we were struggling to make ends meet. I mentioned how my husband worked so hard for this company and how this promotion would really change our lives right now. His boss seemed very sympathetic of the situation and told me he would definitely take that into consideration when making a decision. He asked me for my number to check up on our daughter, and I honestly didn't think anything of it, so I gave it to him. He continued making conversation here and there the rest of the night, but nothing inappropriate or weird. The following Monday, I received a call from my husband's boss. I thought it was odd and asked if everything was okay with my husband. His boss said he could not stop thinking about our situation and would like to discuss things with me over lunch. He said he didn't want to make my husband feel like this promotion was a pity party for him if he did end up getting in, and that's why he wanted to talk to me alone. I agreed, and we met up for lunch an hour or so later. Once we were at lunch, my husband's boss started explaining the benefits that would come with the promotion. The promotion came with a significant salary increase, larger percentage of quarterly bonuses, and a larger percentage when it was time for profit sharing, which is something my husband's company does every year. Honestly, if my husband was able to get this, our income would increase by approximately $50 to $60K a year. After he explained this to me, the conversation completely changed and turned into how attractive he found me and how many other qualified candidates had applied for the position. I quickly understood where this was going and why he had asked to meet me alone. I did not know how to react to this and simply said I felt uncomfortable and attempted to leave, to which he stopped me and said he would give me time to think. He said it would just be one time in exchange for a better life, and that he had to make a decision on the promotion by Friday, so I had till then. I was so disgusted by this and planned on telling my husband when he got home. When I got home, I started looking over some of our finances and realized we were worse than I thought. I would probably have to get a second job soon. My husband ended up coming in pretty late that night. He had been putting in so much overtime in order to impress his boss. I sat and thought about our situation all night. I thought about how we would not be able to afford a relapse in my daughter's health with our current salaries, how I couldn't remember the last time we went on a vacation, how if my daughter did have a relapse, I wanted to make sure she experienced as much as she could while I had her, and how we couldn't afford that. Now, I know the next part will receive judgment, and trust me, I hate myself for it as well, but I ended up calling my husband's boss the next day. I asked what exactly he wanted from me. He told me he wanted to sleep with me once, and he would guarantee my husband the position with all the benefits he had mentioned. I told him okay, and he messaged me with the place to meet, time, and date. For the next couple of days, I tried not to think about what I was going to do and instead focused on how much I loved my family. When the day came, I thought and reassured myself, this was the right decision for my family. I told my husband I was going to dinner and a movie with some girlfriend that wanted to take me out since I had been so stressed. He kissed me and told me to have fun. I showed up at the hotel and went up to the room. Once I was there, well, you know what happened. I cried the whole time through it and tried my hardest to disassociate from what was happening. I wish I could say it was over fast, but it wasn't. I didn't move, I just laid on the bed crying. Once it was over, he told me, "Make sure you're ready to celebrate tomorrow. Your husband just landed a huge promotion, got dressed and left." I will never forget how disgusted I felt when hearing those words. I laid for, I don't know how long on the bed, before finally getting dressed and heading home. When I got home, I took the longest shower I ever have. I went straight to bed and cried myself to sleep. My husband tried comforting me, thinking I was crying about our daughter. For the next month, I couldn't look my husband in the face. However, it was great to see him without all the stress and worry all the time. He had been so excited whenever he told me he got the promotion. About a month after the encounter, my husband's boss called asking to meet up again. I told him to fuck off and not contact me again, but he said if I didn't meet up with him, he would not only fire my husband, but also tell him about what had happened. I freaked out. I didn't know what to do. I couldn't imagine how devastated my husband would be if he found out I had cheated on him. I also knew we couldn't afford for him to lose his job, so I did it. I met up with him, and it happened again, and 2 weeks later again, and 2 weeks later again. It's been going on for a little under a year now. He calls and wants to meet up, blackmails me every time, and I give in every time. I cry for hours after every time. I feel so disgusted with myself. I feel so trapped. At this point, I don't have intimacy with my husband anymore. I can't even look at him knowing what a piece of shit I am. I love him so much, yet I am cheating on him every other week. I know that I don't deserve sympathy or forgiveness. I know I chose to do this. I hate myself so much. Now to the comments. Comment 1. At this point, you should just come clean to your husband. You're in misery. Your husband answers to his boss, who is blackmailing his wife. You think it's bad for you? Your husband will feel worse. He got the promotion he wanted because you slept with his boss. Every day he answers to the same boss who is probably thinking about the next time he's going to sleep with you. Comment 2. I think it would be best to come clean about this, but I honestly don't think your marriage will recover. Check about local laws and try to get in contact with HR of your husband's company and let them know about the blackmail and bring them all the evidence you have. Good luck, 'cause you're gonna need it. Comment 3. Sounds like the plot to a porn. But if this is real, tell your husband so he can leave you. What kind of wife would go bang their husband's boss so he can get a promotion? Comment 4. Why would you bring up your personal problems to your husband's professional life? Keep personal and professional separate. Honestly, as far as the marriage is concerned, it's over. Thanks to you. This is an utterly shitty thing to do to your husband. Comment 5. Nobody is that stupid. Your title had it right. You are cheating on your husband with his boss. Stop making excuses. Stop lying to yourself and skewing this post. You're cheating and trying to make yourself feel better about it every which way. We've come to the end of the video. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.